What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is another What I Watched This Month video, August 2020 edition. The first part of this video will be the films that I rewatched, and the second part will be the films that I watched for the first time. These are the movies that I rewatched this month. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is one of my favorite movies of all time. This movie was the first film to actually make me think about what I just saw. Something about this film resonated with the middle school version of myself, and still sort of does. So Ratatouille, in my opinion, is Pixar's best film. There really isn't anything wrong with the film. I never truly appreciated Ratatouille as a kid and preferred films like WALL-E and Monsters Inc., but now as an adult and a creator, the message that anyone can cook hits differently, and I see the meaning of it now. Also, who else thought that Ratatouille was made out of some sort of pepperoni or sausage? Monsters University is Pixar's most underrated film. Out of all of the non-Toy Story Pixar sequels, this is the best, and ironically, this is Pixar's only prequel. This film exists to show how the friendship of Mike and Sully began, and it does an excellent job at portraying this. Of course, this being a Pixar film, the animation and score are amazing. I honestly can't remember how many times I've seen La La Land. This is my favorite film, and I genuinely think it's perfect in every way. The acting, directing, cinematography, lighting, and music is all amazing. Although, given that this is a musical, I don't think many people would enjoy it. But for me, I just see so much heart in this film that I can't not love it. If Ratatouille did not exist, then I would say that The Incredibles is Pixar's greatest film. The Incredibles is one of the greatest superhero stories ever told. It manages to tell a human story of a superhuman family coming together to support each other and to take down one of the most iconic supervillains ever put to screen. I got to see Empire Strikes Back in a Dolby Theater when all the theaters started to open up again. I've seen this movie hundreds of times before at home, so it was pretty special to be able to watch it on the big screen. So much of this film is iconic. Harrison Ford killed it as Han Solo, and the score is just perfect. This is definitely the best Star Wars film. Oh gosh, here we go. I can't believe I rewatched this movie, oh no.
There is no Avatar movie in Ba Sing Se.
So in preparation for Christopher Nolan's newest film, I rewatched Inception, his best film. Inception has a perfect blend of a complex narrative and a story full of heart. The concept of a heist movie set in the dreams of others is executed perfectly. Now these are the films that I watched for the first time this month. In my journey of watching all of the Ghibli films, I watched The Grave of Fireflies. This is a really sad film. For a film set in post-World War II Japan, this movie really captures the innocence of childhood. This isn't the best out of Ghibli's catalog, but it is the most moving. The 2019 Lady and the Tramp remake is just straight up boring. I watched this movie with my mom, who loves the original, and she fell asleep halfway through. There really is no reason for this film to even exist when a better version of the film already exists, but that could be said about every Disney live-action remake. Train to Busan Peninsula is the well-anticipated sequel to the hit Korean zombie film Train to Busan. Peninsula takes place 5 years after the first film and has none of the original characters, but has the same amount of passion and heart in it. Having the story deal with people going back into the Korean peninsula really allowed for some creative ideas. It sort of reminded me of Mad Max at some points. There is some wonky CGI sometimes, but nothing that ruins the film. I don't want to be mean to this movie because all of the pushbacks and studio interferences that it had, but the New Mutants sort of sucked. I say that even though I liked the film. This movie has a lot of issues, from little character development to insane editing problems, but it still sort of worked for me. I'ma be honest with y'all, I only watched this movie for the Casey Neistat cameo in it, but I ended up actually really liking it. The idea of having pills that give you a power for 5 minutes is really interesting of a concept for a superhero film. The action is really cool, with the different types of power in action. The story is pretty generic, but it is enough for the concept to work. Project Power is a pretty good Netflix movie, if I had to say so. Phineas and Ferb, the movie Candace Against the Universe, is the long-awaited return of Phineas and Ferb. Although not in show format, this is still very appreciated. Taking place in the classic Phineas and Ferb summer, Candace vs. the Universe sees Candace taken by aliens, and Phineas and Ferb plus the gang on a rescue mission. This movie gives a lot of development to Candace, something that didn't really exist during the show. Some of the jokes land and others don't, but I'm not really the target audience for this anymore. But I enjoyed it nevertheless. The last film I watched in August was Tenet at an advanced screening. I was really excited to be able to see a new Christopher Nolan film in theaters this year. I ended up really enjoying it, and you can hear all of my thoughts about Tenet in the review that I made. Well, that's it for this month. Tell me what movies you guys watched this month in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, and see you guys next time.